Hello there, welcome to State of Business on our television. I am Pumutha Katugampala. Let's have a look at the top stories for tonight. Expertise from Hungary will be taken to develop Colombo and Hambantota as transshipment hubs, government says. And higher education can play a role in strengthening the economy. KDU presents examples. And now news in detail. Minister of Foreign Affairs Professor Gil Pires says that Sri Lanka is seeking the experience and expertise of Hungary to develop both Colombo and Hambantota as transshipment hubs. Minister Pires said this at a function held last Wednesday at the minister premises to welcome and thank the Hungarian delegation to Sri Lanka led by its Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister.
Of course, yours is a landlocked country, ours is an island, and we are placing a particular emphasis on the development of our ports and harbours, connectivity, and the development of Colombo and Hambantota as transshipment hubs. So I think there is a great deal of value that we can extract from the experience of Hungary, and of course adapting it to local circumstances to see what is the best use that we can make of the empirical experience of Hungary. And we look forward to very close economic collaboration between our two countries. We have, Excellency, 66 overseas missions, and we have told all our ambassadors and high commissioners that with the dawn of a new year, the emphasis must be very much on economic diplomacy, investment, trade, tourism. And in all those sectors, I think we can work purposefully and constructively with your country.
The Hungarian government pledges a zero-interest rate loan of 52 million euros to Sri Lanka with a grace period of 3 years. Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó, who led a trade delegation to Sri Lanka, gave this assurance during a meeting with his Sri Lankan counterpart, Professor Gil Pires.
The Hungarian economy is not among the biggest ones in the world, definitely, but there is a significant amount of technological know-how, best practices being collected by our companies and our experts, which makes the Hungarian economy and the Hungarian companies internationally competitive. And I'm happy and proud to announce that with the financial support of the Hungarian government, a big Hungarian construction company starts a big infrastructural development project here in the capital, Colombo, and around, to an extent of 52 million euros, which is 20 billion HUF in our national currency. The name of the company is Betonútépítő, which might sound not very familiar to your ears, but this company is now building 2 flyovers, the construction of which will fit into the development strategy of your government to upgrade your highway system here. Hungarian Exim Bank has provided the loan, the financial background for these investments in a framework of a tied aid credit program, 52 million euros. Interest rate is 0%, and the Sri Lankan government has to start repayment period only after 3 years, and repayment period will take 18 and a half years.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade Peter Szijjártó also revealed that a Hungarian printing company is currently producing 500,000 Sri Lankan driving license and 0.5 million ID cards have already been delivered. He made these observations during his meeting with Foreign Minister Professor Gil Pires in Colombo on Wednesday.
Since the biggest Hungarian printing company has delivered 1.5 million of ID cards to you, and they are now currently producing 500,000 of driving licenses based on your order, and will deliver them until March. So Hungary, the Hungarian economy, the Hungarian companies take a lot of profit out of the very good, fair and correct cooperation between Hungary and Sri Lanka. And in order to reach further successes in this area, we have agreed to convene the second session of the Joint Economic Commission, and we have agreed to accelerate the negotiations about the agreement on avoiding double taxation. We are prepared to start new investments. Hungarian companies are planning investments on the field of water management. Since we have a good tradition here, Hungarian companies have completed the reconstruction of 2 major water treatment plants of yours recently, ensuring potable water supply to 2 million people here. Today we have signed an agreement on a scholarship program in the framework of which 20 scholarships will be provided to Sri Lankan students on Hungarian universities on an annual basis, entirely financed by the Hungarian state. Sri Lanka is a new country in this program, 86th country altogether.
Stay tuned for more news after the short break.
Alexa, get me some extra GB.
For the first time in Sri Lanka, manage your SLT Mobitel home services with an Alexa device or the app.
Connecting you with the latest tech.
SLT Mobitel, the connection.
Welcome back to the program. The construction of the second phase of the eastern terminal of the Colombo port commenced day before yesterday under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The officials said that once completed, the terminal will consist of 12 giant cranes and 40 normal cranes. With the planned construction beginning, the length of the eastern terminal will increase to 1,320 meters, letting the Sri Lanka Port Authority to handle the biggest ever container transporting vessels. The construction of the eastern terminal, which expands on a 75-hectare land extent, has been scheduled to be completed on the 4th of July 2024. Once completed, the terminal will consist of 12 giant cranes and 40 normal cranes. Officials said that the construction will be carried out with using local funds, and it could cost around $1 billion to construct a complete terminal. They also added that once completed, the terminal, which is 1,320 meters in length, will contribute to the SLPA to handle 14 million TEUs annually. At present, the SLPA handles 7 million TEUs annually. Port sources revealed that the Colombo harbour is ranked 23rd on the world's port ranking, and once the functioning of the eastern terminal starts, Colombo harbour will obtain the 13th place on the world's port ranking, becoming a key port of the world. In line with the port sector developments, the construction of the western terminal will commence by 2027. With the construction of the northern breakwater, the SLPA will get an advantage of having 3 more terminals, allowing the SLPA to be among the top 5 ports in the world. Accordingly, the SLPA will obtain the capacity of handling 35 million TEUs annually by 2035. Port Authority Chairman Captain Nihal Kapitipala said Sri Lanka will become a naval hub when the eastern and western terminals start functioning. He also added that the authority will spend $200 million for the initial construction of the eastern terminal. Meanwhile, the Vice-Chancellor of Sir John Kotalawala Defence University, Major General Milinda Piri, says that Sir John Kotalawala Defence University assists the country's economy in 2 ways. Addressing the function to declare the opening of the university's Grand Entrance Complex this Monday, the Vice-Chancellor said that it prevents local students from going to foreign universities and at the same time attracts foreign students to come and pursue their higher studies in Sri Lanka.
Most significant feature of the degree programs we provide through the 10 fully-fledged academic faculties is that they are benchmarked with the best of the such programs in the world, and they are geared to produce highly employable graduates in and outside Sri Lanka. Your Excellency, we are proud that we contribute to save large amount of foreign exchange by retaining students who would otherwise seek to join foreign universities for their higher education. On the other hand, by attracting high number of foreign students for our degree programs from SAARC countries, Middle East countries, some of the European countries. We earn a considerable amount of foreign exchange for the country every year. Further, our attempt to enhance higher educational facilities without being a burden to the government. Honorable Prime Minister, we at KDU ensure the completion of our degree programs within a stipulated time frame, and it ensures the students are able to plan their future well in advance. Honorable Prime Minister, during the last 4 decades, we have been able to reach the grandeur of a mature university through sheer dedication and commitment.
Now, State Pharmaceuticals Manufacturing Corporation Chairman Dr. Utpala Indravansha says that State Pharmaceuticals Manufacturing Corporation was capable of reporting a net profit of 1.2 billion rupees for last year. SPMC Chairman Dr. Indravansha revealed this information at a function to sign 3 agreements which will establish 3 new factories to produce drugs for advanced medical needs.
මේ වසරේදී ශුද්ධ ලාභය බිලියන 1.2 පසු කරලා ගියා. ඒ වගේම ඉතිහාසයේ පළවෙනි සැරේට පෞද්ගලික අංශයට ඒ කියන්නේ ප්‍රයිවට් සෙක්ටර් එකට ඖෂධ සපයලා බිලියන 1.2කට වඩා සේල්ස් එහෙම නැත්නම් ආදායමක් අපි ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. 2020 දී අපි මේ බව දැනගත්තා. අපි යන වේගය මත අපට ඉදිරියේදී අපි කොපමණ අලුතෙන් ඖෂධ නිෂ්පාදනය කරත් මේ කර්මාන්තශාලාව තුළ ඉඩ නොමැති බව. ඒ අනුව අපි ප්‍රොපෝසල් එකක් හදලා පබ්ලික් එන්ටර්ප්‍රයිසස් වෙත ඉදිරිපත් කරලා පසු ඔවුන්ගේ අනුමැතිය ලබාගෙන ඉන්පසුව අතිගරු ජනාධිපති ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමාට අපේ ප්‍රොපෝසල් එක අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරා. අපි මෙහි පළමු පියවර වශයෙන් පිළිකානාශක ඖෂධ නිෂ්පාදනය කිරීමේ කර්මාන්තශාලාවක්ද විකලාංග උපකරණ නිෂ්පාදනය කිරීමේ කර්මාන්තශාලාවක්ද ඒ වගේම අපි දැනට නිෂ්පාදනය කරන සාමාන්‍ය පෙතිහා කරා නිෂ්පාදනය කිරීමේ කර්මාන්තශාලාව ආදී වශයෙන් කර්මාන්තශාලා 3ක් අපි සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙනවා. පිළිවෙලින් පිළිකානාශක ඖෂධ කර්මාන්තශාලාව වසර 2ක් ඇතුළතත් විකලාංග ඖෂධ නිෂ්පාදන ආයතනය වසර 2ක් ඇතුළතත් සාමාන්‍ය ඖෂධ නිෂ්පාදනය කරන කර්මාන්තශාලාව වසර 2කමාරක් වයි කාලයක සම්පූර්ණ සාදා නිම කිරීමටත් අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙනවා.
Well, that's all our news for today. See you again on Monday with State of Business at the usual time. Have a great weekend.